Hey guys, so this is going to be a bit of a different type of video because honestly I've been struggling to find full lobbies here as of late, and it seems like everyone I watch on YouTube is having the same issue. And honestly, after the digging I found out it is not looking good whatsoever for Forza right now. So before I get into the main topic of the video, I just want to state that the game was not taken very well over the year that it's been out. I mean, it's not even a year old, and essentially the game is on life support right now. I mean, when you got a game that launches, that kind of like how a Need for Speed title would be, where you gotta race through the game in order to unlock some upgrades, or in this case, you gotta unlock car levels. I don't think that's going to be taken very well with the community. Now, I kind of hope people at Turn 10 are, for some reason, watching this video, even though I'm a guy with not even 1,000 subscribers, nor am I a face of any racing community whatsoever. But, after screenshots taken on the Steam forums, you can see that the community is not too happy. The player base is dropping left and right. Lobbies are getting harder to fill. It's just not looking good whatsoever. Now, those screenshots might have been taken from a Steam forum, but honestly, since the majority of players are on Xbox and they're all having the similar issue, I wouldn't be surprised if they are similar, if not worse, than what we are dealing with right now on Steam. Now, honestly, unless Turn 10 has a Hail Mary pass to throw, and believe me when I say I don't mean any hate when I say this, the game is probably not gonna last until October when it was first launched. And it kind of hurts to say that, but that's kind of the truth right now. I mean, think about it. I mean, I just showed you guys screenshots of the Steam players, and that's not looking good. This lobby size, it's only, I think, 10 or 12 players, and this is multi-class, so they can really just bring in any car they want and still have a good time. But like I said, unless Turn 10 has something up their sleeve that'll get the players to come back outside of the Camaro we're getting, I think, next month, then they might want to consider not supporting the game anymore, because right now, it looks like it's not really pulling in a crowd. And honestly, I would hate to see this game lose support. I mean, if I were to see a GT spec multi-class hopper, I would honestly love this game even more. We got that drift suspension for certain cars. If we got drift events, that I think would be fun. But right now, the game's only fun if you can play with other people right now. I mean, it is basically advertised to online players, and it seems like no one on the online servers really give a damn about the game. I mean, when you got certain glitches and bugs where you exit the pit lane and you go straight into a wall or another player, or essentially just completely lose control of your steering, then that's going to drive people away. If you make decisions that make absolutely no sense, like the whole car level up system, unlocking upgrades that you put on your car, I mean, that makes no sense. And this is talking about stuff at launch. I mean, and right now, if I were to go out and buy the 68 Mustang that you see in the game footage, that's currently a car level 21. The moment I buy a new one, I had to level that one up as of right now, and I essentially have the exact same car. And honestly, if that car level is to show your experience with the vehicle, then if I buy the exact same car tomorrow, then I should have a better idea on how to drive it before I even get in it. Then there's the penalty system. Now, on paper, it was a great idea. I honestly couldn't complain about someone getting a 5-second penalty for ramming me off the track and going from like 3rd place down to 6th after they crossed the finish line. But when it came to execution, it's to this day still about as buggy as can be. I mean, there are times when I'm slowing down to make a turn, I get rear-ended, and I get penalized for it. If you can make that one make sense, please let me know. I mean, I know brake checking is a thing, but it seems like if you're going into a corner and you get rear-ended, it's your fault and you're going to get penalized for it. You see a pileup on the track and you go into the grass in order to avoid it to essentially save your car to race another day if we're talking real-life terms. Penalized for it. It seems like the penalty system, yeah, it was good on paper, but it seems like right now it needs a massive overhaul in order to keep players essentially playing the game, because I know when I get penalized for something that in an actual real-life race setting wouldn't be a penalty, then that has me chugging controllers. And let's just face it, no one wants to be so mad that they're throwing a controller like Wings of Redemption just because they got a really crappy penalty. Now, as a concerned fan, and if someone at Turn 10's watching this, I mean, you might want to pay attention. I was at work last night and kind of debating what could possibly work as far as getting players to come back, and honestly, I think the damage might be done as of right now. I mean, we could try and get a GT spec multi-class hopper, since the open class, I mean, it's got more players, but it's still not enough to seemingly get the player base back, and I think a GT spec multi-class hopper might help with that. Then another thing that we've been asking for is more cars, and at this point I'm kind of questioning if that'll even work, because, well, let's face it, the penalty system, the whole buggy mess, the decisions that made no sense. I'm sure major sim buffs, well, racing sim buffs I should say, might not be too happy with the game as of right now, to the point where they might see it and just throw the game in the toilet, the trash, you name it. So, like I said, I don't want this to be a hate video. I don't want anything like that. This is just me as a concerned fan of the game, well, the game series as a whole right now. And I do hope things get better, but as a content creator that's trying to make weekly content, that's getting hard because, well, lobby sizes are getting smaller, and smaller lobby sizes don't lead to interesting racing. And for those content creators that are making these on a daily, I honestly respect the fact that I wouldn't be surprised if you're on the game like 8 hours a day, treating it like a full-time job right now, trying to make content. It's slowly turning into a chore, and like I said, it's not easy right now. So, people at Turn 10, again, if you're watching this, if you got a Hail Mary pass to really get the player base flooding back in to try it out again, you might want to focus on that, or focus on other projects, because, again, it's looking like the game is on life support, and we might be coming to an end as far as this game's life cycle, and it's not even a year old. So with that being said, guys, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I hope you have a great day. Hopefully Forza gets better, but we'll have to see what happens. So if you got an idea on what could possibly get players to come back to the game, please feel free to comment that down below. If you liked the video, please be sure to like and subscribe. I know the video is kind of different than what I normally do, but again, I just had to state some of my thoughts on the game because it's not in a very good state. And with that being said, guys, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Later.